If you are corrupt, you are an endangered species.
Corruption is dishonest behavior by those in positions of authority to acquire illicit benefits or abuse power for one's personal gain.
Kubanga abantu babadde bamaze okugwamu essuubi babadde balowooza nti ne bw'Europa tebalina kye bagenda kukola.
Naye waliwo obuzibu obunene nnyo nga bw'abakulembeze ku mitendera egy'enjawulo mu gavumenti.
This is exactly why the State House Anti-Corruption Unit was launched by His Excellency General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni on the 18th of December 2018 to assist the already existing anti-corruption agencies.
In an effort and with the intent to fight and really stamp down this graft malaise called corruption, the government of Uganda has done two major things. The first one was to put in place institutions which are specifically mandated to ensure that there is accountability and proper use of public resources.
You must not take anything from anybody which is not due to you.
Following its launch, the unit, headed by Lieutenant Colonel Edith Nakalema, has a 2-year-old story to tell. More than 60,000 complaints received and operations in about 27 districts of Uganda. What could be the magic behind the unit?
I'm not sure the unit has any magic, but I believe that our work methods are key in the reasonable achievements we've so far had in our short life of 2 years. The public engagement, in particular, the Baraza style of engaging with citizens or wananchi. We are so connected to a local person, and that has helped us a lot. We also have a 24-hour call center with a toll-free line. Thirdly, we have an open door system. We allow anyone to walk in any time of the day. We don't allow people to walk in at night. The State House Anti-Corruption Unit, we have to walk the talk in line with the zero tolerance to corruption policy of government. And we ensure that we engage the citizens because we have, as we walk the talk, we want others to follow. The fourth factor that has been of great advantage to the State House Anti-Corruption Unit remains the good collaboration and coordination with all other anti-corruption agencies.
The State House Anti-Corruption Unit was fortunate to be headed by a very strong and determined lady who was focused on the objective and who moves mountains each time she does any particular assignment.
I think ACU came in with, for lack of a better word, with a bang. It came in at a high tone and it didn't slow down. It has not slowed down for the last 2 years. It has not slowed down. It came in at high speed and has kept the speed going on corruption cases. And there's no compromise. And there's no big fish and there's no small fish. All fish is fish.
Indeed, in our strategic plan of the Inspectorate of Government, which we set up 5 years ago, we recognized the need for building strategic partnerships with sister agencies to help us in the fight against corruption. So for us, the creation of the Anti-Corruption Unit was therefore positive.
And certainly the approach that the State House Anti-Corruption Unit has taken is quite unique and different.
And so State House Anti-Corruption Unit comes in handy to also support the role being played by the other established units of the state or departments of the state fighting corruption.
When we actually prosecute and prosecute successfully, that sends a message, a very clear message out. For those who are even intending to be corrupt, they will not be corrupt.
I would like to congratulate His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni for setting up the anti-corruption unit in the State House. The work they are doing is commendable.
Since its establishment, the State House Anti-Corruption Unit's cutting-edge factors have enabled it to register tremendous success. A monetary value of 256 billion Uganda shillings, 247 persons arrested and arraigned in courts of law, 24 convicted and sentenced, 185 officers interdicted, and 500 Ugandans repatriated from the Middle East through collective efforts with other agencies.
The State House Anti-Corruption Unit has so far made savings and cash recoveries worth 24 billion, 52 million shillings. And the savings were made from big government projects, including the COVID-19 food relief by government under OPM, the Bukasa Inland Port Project, Nagrikan Data Bank, it's known, and also our investigations into Post Bank Uganda. Those are some of the big government institutions or agencies that the unit has been able to investigate and save some money. But also the cash recoveries were made from private businessmen. So we are grateful to the cooperation that comes from the citizens who report. We have testimonies from the citizens or local people, omuntu wawansi de wananchi, who the unit has helped through their reporting. I remember the passion group, the passion fruit growers from the Western. Those were young people.
So we supplied the passion fruits. After that, NADS promised the payment that we kept on following from 2017 to 2018 to 2019. But the payment could not be made. We reported to the Office of Anti-Corruption Unit, and then the Anti-Corruption Unit summoned NADS, and indeed within the specified period, NADS made the payment.
Mwaberawo omuntu eyali anoonya ne bamugamba abeera mu town mu office, najja n'atandika okumbuulira bamanja biliyoni 3.7 billion shillings nga taxes. Kati ninkubira munnange bamuyita Kirunda Farouk, nimugamba eri omuntu ansabye bribe miliyoni 10 ansaleko omusolo 3.7 billion. Tukoze tutya? Nagamba akkiriza okukwata sente nti yes. Nakubira madamu Nakalema namugamba sawa musawo, n'abampeereza ki abasirikale naye munoonye omubawera sente nga waliwo kamera nesaawe naye sina sente ezo ninsoloza sente nifunako miliyoni 45 ngamba ziizo ne babakwata.
Tewaliwo omuntu yenna gwe baali bakkiriza kujja mu kitundu wano baali bamaze okugumba. Bano bonna bagamba waabwe nga tebaagala muntu yenna mutuuze kusemberera wano kujjawo nga bo bamaze kukkiriza. Nga naffe ffennyini abakulembeze baali nga tebatukkiriza kujja mu eriya yaabwe. Ne tusalawo okugenda nga twekubira enduulu paka kutuuka wafande Nakalema. Era bwe tugende wafande Nakalema ebyo twafuna obuweero nakati bwe tulina.
After the police intervention and after the SCU, the anti-corruption unit intervention, there's peace. There's peace now in the area. People are building. They had stopped people to build. People are constructing. People are digging. People are going on with their activities in a free way without being worried about these people stopping them.
Ebintu byalongooka. Era kati nga nze ddegedege siina kye ngamba kwa Afande Nakalema kubanga nze mpulira nga singa tulina abantu ng'abo mu ggwanga abasobola okumanya nti abatuuze b'essisa balina obuzibu, najja nga tatugyeko wadde 10, najja n'atutereereza embeera, tuba basanyufu ssebo.
Twali tuli wano e Kamaliba ne batusengula ne batuwokera ebintu byonna ne biggwawo. Twali tuli awo mu Lwera nga tutayaya nga newookudda tetulina nga tuli kutalira banjoli tetwasulanga mu nsikaawo. Afande gye yava najja atuyamba n'atugamba nti ku lunaku bwe luti mbaagala ku kyalo Kamaliba mujje mumbulire kyekyaliwo. Najja n'atuuka ne tumuwulira ebintu byonna nga byatambula. n'atugamba mugenda kuddawo nga tulabanga ebyokusaaga kubanga n'abamu twali tetumumanyi.
N'afande Nakalema yatuyamba mu kutufulia essanyu lino lye tuyina era twakomawo yatukomyawo we tuli wano. Sirina na lye nnyinza kugamba kuba essanyu lye nnina sirimanyi na ndimanyi.
Era kati essaawa zino we twogerera nti ebintu bingi nnyo ebituukiddwako n'atukwatagana ne Pastor Kakande najja n'atuyamba. Ebintu ebimu ebyali bisenguddwa ku kyalo Pastor Kakande agenza abizaawo, abatuuze abazimbidde ennyumba 2, pulojekiti z'enkoko azizizaawo, ez'embizzi n'omwalo gwennyini era naye yamugukola agenda baterawo akatale ate kati n'abantu bonna kati bakola emirimu gyabwe era nga n'okusinga luli we baali.
Yenze maama w'omugenzi Vincent Serunje. Poliisi y'Ekisimbirigo yakuba amasasi. Mba nkyadaaga nenfuna enamba ya Afande Nakalema. Afande Nakalema nampita ne banoonya omuntu eyasse omwana wange bamukwata ne kati ali mu mbuga z'amateeka.
Mutwala ebweru bangamba bantwala Saudi Arabia okutuuka mu kkubo nga bampa visa egenda Oman. Tuuka mu Oman embeera gye nayisibwamu yali mbi. Kati okuva mu kaseera ako ne mmalayo omwaka mulamba nga banzigyeko essimu passport buli kimu nga niyo mpambiddwa nga nkola ng'omuddu naye nga tebampa yadde 10.
Era nze mwebaza nnyo kubanga nali ntuuse ku point nga sikyayogera na bulungi nga sisa bulungi naye really mwebaza kubanga navaayo.
Nebaza nnyo ofisi ya Afande Nakalema olw'okunziriza omwana wange. Mu butuufu nali mmanyi Shadi yakoze eki afudde.
Nzaani kubanga nali simanyi nti oba boogerayo n'olulimi nange lwentegeera saaso naye bannange nayanirizibwa era ne banyinyonnyola kiki kye weetaaga. Bannange n'omukulu yennyini Afande Nakalema n'aŋŋamba ojja kuyambibwa era omwana wajja kuddanga mulamu. Bwe kityo bwe kyali.
The impact of corruption mostly affects the most vulnerable people in society. Widespread corruption deters investment, stagnates economic growth, and undermines the rule of law. That is why the corrupt persons must be reported and brought to book.
Fighting corruption cannot go without challenges. And the first challenge remains the fear of people to witness against the cases they report. So that is the main challenge. Secondly, corruption is complex. So to prove a corruption case in courts of law is also not easy. There is also a habit of the corrupt wanting to smear the investigators. So those that are involved in the fight against corruption find it a big challenge when the corrupt access top officials before the investigators prove. But for us at Anti-Corruption Unit, yes, it's a challenge, but we don't fear anyone reporting anywhere. After all, we have an advantage of also reaching the top officials to explain. These corrupt officials have ill-gotten wealth. They are willing to tempt the investigators. But again, I am glad that I do not know any case that is stalling at the State House Anti-Corruption Unit. I am very, very grateful to His Excellency the President for giving my team and I an opportunity to serve our country in this itching issue of corruption. To the anti-corruption team, I am so proud of you, my team. I have not had issues with any of you. You are such a committed team that gives me courage. There is super spread of COVID-19. Let us avoid gatherings. Let us do what we can to ensure that we social distance. And I finally want to say that a corruption-free Uganda starts with you, starts with me. Let us all be involved in the fight against corruption.